Okay, it is Monday, May the 22nd, 2017, and we are hopefully live. I've been having some technical issues. Oh, good, we got the green light finally. Okay, so it's Monday night live here. Sorry, we had a little bit of a delay again. I guess YouTube changed some of their parameters for streaming. I usually try to get an event going so people can know when it's going to come on. But anyways, we're live now. I got the green bar, and we're going to talk about healing, and we're going to talk about detoxification, of course, which we always talk about. It's basically cleaning your sewer system, the lymph system. And I was thinking just before the show about how Dr. Morse calls his book the Detox Miracle Source Book, and it really truly is a miracle because when people learn about the lymph system and learn how to flush it out and clean it, they get rid of the acids and toxins in the body, and the true healing can really begin at that point. So it really is a true miracle. And now I know why Dr. Morse named his book that way. So, anyways, Bitsy was just up here. I don't know where she went, but she is in the house. And my daughter Riley is still in Peru, so I've been dog sitting here for 3 weeks. And yeah, they were just in Machu Picchu, lucky dogs, yesterday. So they're having a great time. But anyways, welcome everybody. So glad you're all here. Sorry for the delay. But anyway, so it's yeah, it's really about just learning how to clean that sewer system out. The lymph system is 3 to 5 times bigger than the blood system, the largest fluid system in the body. Yet it's very neglected, not talked about too much. So when we key into this information, really super simple. We use some herbs to help us along. We use the fruit because number one, it's our natural food. Number two, it dissolves mucus. It thins that lymph out so it can move. It removes those toxic cesspools that trap toxins, acids, pathogens, funguses, bacteria, viruses, heavy metals, all kinds of crud in the body tends to get obstructed and not flowing. So therefore, these incredible defenses that the body has, they can't work properly. So we back up and we're just miserable. So we can get away, with it for some people can get away with it for many, many years. I guess George Burns got away with it his whole life. So some are lucky, born with just great lymphatic systems, probably. Others are coming right out of the womb; they're just blocked up. So, anyways, we're teaching you how to do it, so you can share with your friends. And by the way, a big shout out to Dr. Morse and Hildy Larson, everybody out in Punta Gorda, Florida. A couple of you people have chimed in and said you're having a great time out there. Hildy did a video showing all that great fruit. The arty people come in with all this magnificent fruit. The mangoes I had in September were the best I've ever had. So you guys have a very fruitful week. I'm sure you will. Anyways, okay, so let's jump in. We got Sheila. Hi, Mark. Happy to be here. Hi, Sheila. Susie Snowflake is back. Peace to everyone. Thanks. We got Jeannie back. Hi-oh. Are you on? Yeah, I'm on now, finally. Jeannie, it says May 8th. I know. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyways, okie dokie, Jeannie. Okay, Ross Steele is in the house. Things working. Zoom works good now. Yeah, I'm not doing Zoom. That's something to do, I think, with what is that with? Is that with Facebook or something? You can get multiple chat heads active and talk. That's a good idea though to do a Zoom. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, Gino's doing those. They look pretty good. Okay, Jeannie. Hello, everybody. Ross Steele. Am I at the right spot? You better believe you are, Ross Steele. Hi, Jeannie. Okay. We got Lucian Yvonne. Is lemon juice good for kidney filtration? Absolutely. Lemons are one of the highest mucus dissolvers there is. It's really funny because they're called the acid fruits. And the acid fruits are actually the most alkalizing. And the reason for that is, true hydration, true alkalization, which is the opposite, of course, of acidity, is done in the lymphatic system. That's where we want the alkalization. So you can drink all the alkaline water you want, but unless you're dissolving mucus deep down at the cellular and even intercellular level, you're not going to get true hydration. And lemon juice does promote kidney filtration in the way that it gets lymph moving. It's astringent. It's bitter. It actually puckers things up. It pulls. So it's really good for filtration, absolutely. And it will actually dissolve sediments in the kidneys as well. So it is wonderful. it's hard to drink it straight, of course. So we mix it with grape juice a lot. I do. Speaking of the devil, I've got my hand pressed, cold pressed grape juice here. Mm-mm-mm. I love it. I told you guys how to do that. You get a $1 paint straining bag from Home Depot. Throw the grapes in the NutriBullet, hit them for a second or two, and then just squeeze them by hand. And you've got just amazingly cold pressed grape juice for no investment. Considering a Norwalk juice press costs about $2,500. They're beautiful though. They're all stainless steel and everything. But yeah, you don't need to do that if you're on a budget. We got Dorothy in the house. Hi, Mark. I'm new to this channel. Love it. Big heart to you, Dorothy. Welcome. Love to have you here in the community. We got Alan Johnson. Hi, Mark. Hi, Jeannie. Hi, Ross Steele. Okay, so Jeannie and Ross Steele are saying hi together. We got Carl Frugivore Mulder is back with us. Okay. Oh wow, Mark, you good in HD? Nice. Haha. Yeah, I'm streaming at 720p here. We're going HD. I'm actually hooked in. I'm not on Wi-Fi, so I'm directly into the router, so I can get away with a high-speed connection here, which could be good or bad, I guess, depending how I'm doing here. Maybe too much detail. Anyways, okay, so good. So, all right, so Ross Steele C. Okay, so we got Lori Yacht in the house. Good to see you, Lori, again. Good evening, Lucian. Is it okay to mix lemon juice with orange juice? Oh wow, those are two acid fruits together, acid fruit juices together. I don't see why not. It's gonna be very powerful. Just see how you're doing. Sometimes when we go to these high levels with these really astringent juices and things like that, can you handle it? It just all depends on what your body can handle. Detoxification can take a little bit of ramping up. In other words, if you're just coming off a standard American diet and you start drinking a bunch of lemon and orange juice, for fasting, you might stir the pot too much. You might have too many, inherent latent acids starting to be uncovered and swirled around in the body, which can really, really give you what we call healing crises or episodes. They can really blow back at you in many, many ways. And I'll talk about this later, but I've been doing this for years now, and I still go through some healing episodes. And I'm just coming off of one now because of my own foolishness. And I'll tell you guys about that. I think I talked about it last week a little bit too, with the Dr. Schultz's Cayenne Pepper. So yeah, we can go a little too aggressively. I know that a lot of people on the Master Fast with the pasteurized grape juice and the lemons and the dry fasting are moving very, very quickly, and some do experience some pretty strong reactions to it. So we have to learn and learn about this and learn how to navigate. And of course, I'm always here to help you guys. I answer every email first thing in the morning. There's the Master Fast System board is really good too. But yeah, you can go too fast. So just be careful with that orange and lemon juice combo. But I don't see why you couldn't do it if you can handle that level of stimulation of lymph. And when you stimulate lymph through those astringents, fruit juices, especially when you're doing a juice fast, it pushes a lot of toxicity and a lot of acids towards those kidneys. So those kidneys can start to hurt. They can actually lock up on you, and you can get a UTI, things like that. You can also just, you can move acids just anywhere in the body and it can blow back at you. I get headaches, body aches, really stiff necks, things like that when I'm moving too many acids, and some lower back pain. But I guess it's a good time to talk about this cayenne thing. So I touched upon it briefly last week, but I was playing around with Dr. Schultz's, he has this cayenne garlic, horseradish, ginger formula that he says is, it's really good for just stimulating, blood flow and possibly lymph flow. I was just checking it out. And I got the habanero peppers. Those are my source of the cayenne, I guess. So, which is the capsaicin, I guess. But habaneros are tiny orange little peppers. They're the hottest things in the world. I mean, beyond hot. So I made a batch of this stuff, and it was just absolutely unbearably hot. I couldn't even take a couple drops of the tincture on my tongue. It was just ridiculous. So I mixed it with some water, a whole lot of water, and I got it down to a point where I could get it in. So I took a bunch in, and really had a healing crisis for God, 10, 12 days. Still a little bit of remnants of it. I think I kind of burned the mucosa of my GI tract because as you detox, you start peeling these buffered layers out of the GI tract, all these layers of mucus and mucoid plaque and things that actually protect you, but they also trap toxins, which actually over time destroys your bowel tissues. But I was wide open for the exposure of all that hot pepper down in my GI tract. So, and now, thank God, it's actually coming out through the skin in my abdomen. So I'm feeling the hot pepper on my skin right now. So it's the last of it coming out. So, just go slow is, I guess, my point here. So we have to, we're the captains of our ship. So it's better to go slow and not jump into the deep end of the pool. Okay. And I always tell the story about Dr. Morse. He tells it too, that he was playing around with Peruvian bark and turned his hair white, and it's never come back. So that was one of the things that he did. He said it almost killed him. So that, there's things you can do that you start playing too much. I still have my bottle of turpentine in the cupboard. I haven't ventured in. I wanted to clear all of this pepper out of me before I ventured into something new, just so I would know what that is. But I'm going to go super duper slow, you guys, because I know a lot of people are writing in and having great results with the turpentine, but I'm just going to take it super slow. Okay, so there's my story. All right, so Lucian, thanks for answering. You bet. We got Fran Isbell here. Hi, Mark. New here. Thanks so much for all you share. You bet, Fran. Welcome. We got Michael Stormello. Good. Hi, Mark. Hi, Michael. Or Michelle. I'm sorry, it's Michelle. We got Jeannie. Mark, how many or much weight of grapes to make quantity of grape juice for a daily amount to drink? Okay, good question. I got these grapes here. They're called globes. They're gigantic. I got it from Costco. And it's 5 pounds. 5 pounds, and I get 2 of these. Okay, this is a quart, 32 ounces, or a liter. Close enough. So I get 2 of these plus probably another quarter one of these. So 32, 64, so probably 70, 72 ounces of juice. Depending on what you're doing, I know that when I was doing the pure master fast, I was doing, when I was doing the pasteurized juice, I was drinking like 4 of these in the beginning. I was so darn hungry, but by the end, I was only down to less than 1 of these. So it all depends on what you're doing. I would never go hungry. I would drink personally as much juice as you want. So that's kind of a personal thing. So just kind of play around with it and see where you're at. But this stuff here, this raw stuff is so rich. I don't see, if I was doing the raw in the beginning of that fast, I don't think I would be drinking more than 2 in the beginning. I just drink 1 of these. So now, so it's up to you. Do what you can. Or what you want to do, but just never go hungry. I always feel like you're just energized with that, and you're fine. All right, so oh yeah, so that's as I say, it's 5 pounds of grapes makes 72 ounces of juice, whatever that works out to. Okay, 16 ounces to a pound, 5 times 6, 30. So 9. That would be 80 ounces. Yeah, 5 times 10 is 80, 5 times 6 is 30, so 80 ounces. So you're almost getting the full weight of the juice out of those globes. Pretty neat. If you guys are near a Costco, check them out. Wash the heck out of them, though. Seriously. And I've talked about this before. What I do, I rinse the heck out of them with water, and then I get the water out, and then I sprinkle sea salt on there, and then I sprinkle baking soda, and I massage them. I try to get that waxy stuff off, that white film off. That's where a lot of the toxins are. And pesticides. So, and then I hit it with some just white vinegar, cheap white vinegar that I get from Smart and Final. and that's it. And then rinse them off real good, and then press them. Throw them in the NutriBullet, just open them up and press them by hand. I hardly ever use my hydraulic press anymore when doing this. If I'm doing a vegetable and things like that, I'll use that. But for grapes, it's wonderful. What's the secret to curing eczema? This is James Bond 07. How come not a double O, James Bond? You only got a single O. I guess you're working on that extra zero. Okay. There's no secret to curing eczema. Eczema is basically what's happened is that the skin is the third kidney, right? So your kidneys are blocked up, and the acids need to get out of the body. The body's trying to get them out, but the kidneys aren't doing their job. So then the acids go out to the skin. The skin's the third kidney. And now you start to block the skin up because the skin starts getting hit with acids, forms mucus, a mucoid reaction to protect itself. And now you've got blockage underneath the skin, the epidermis, all that kind of stuff. It's all blocked up. It turns acidic. It turns toxic. The acids thicken the lymph. They become breeding grounds for all kinds of junk, funguses, acids, bacteria, viruses, everything under the sun. All the bad guys like to hide in the dark. That's what starts to fester in the skin. So really the secret is kidney filtration, moving lymph, and detoxifying the entire body. You can work on the skin specifically with hot and cold showers. You can do skin brushing. Stimulating the skin. You can sweat, get into saunas. Just sweat. That really helps too. Really work on the skin and the kidneys at the same time. Overall detox always, you guys. Anytime I say detox, you can't just do one area. You can't just say, well, I'm going to open up the kidneys and everything's fine. No, you got to move lymph also. Okay, you do that through the fruit, and you do that through the herbs. So we got the kidneys and we got the lymph. Now we got to make sure the glands are online. The adrenals sit on top of the kidneys. They control them. If they're weak, you're not going to get filtration. So you need to go after the glands. Balancing out those glands helps detoxify the body too, because the thyroid regulates body temperature. So you're not really sweating if your thyroid's down. So therefore, you're not eliminating out through the skin. So that's another reason it backs up. So we want to go after the glands, and then finally, last but not least, and the more that I do this, the more I'm realizing that the GI tract is so super important. And I don't know if Dr. Morse is, if he's really pushing that part of it enough. I just always look, oh, you clean the GI tract. Okay, everybody cleans the GI tract. No, I'll tell you, this is really the key. If my GI tract is not feeling good, if I'm constipated, if something's going on there, like with that cayenne pepper, my body was really stiff, by the way, during the cayenne pepper episode. My bowels were inflamed, and I just had, my range of motion was terrible. I felt like an old man going, bending down to pick up something, walking on rocks, walking on, we have these jetties out here like to walk on out by the beach and all that. Just felt stiff and old, because my GI tract was just not healthy. It wasn't feeling good. So, I really, Death Begins in the Colon. It's Dr. Jensen, and Arnold Ehret. It really is. If your colon's toxic, if it's inflamed, you're toxic, you're inflamed. So we really got to work on that GI tract, and also everything drains into it. So if it's plugged up, nothing's draining into it, especially the head. All right. And you just, I know, when I'm plugged up, I get headachy and just brain foggy and all that. And then that just goes away once I go to the bathroom. So GI tract, I can't underestimate it. So that's all part of it with the eczema, okay? And learning to look at things as acids or alkaline is really, really important in this too. When like Dr. Morse says, there's only two sides to chemistry, pick one. If you listen to his teachings, he really, when in his simplest teachings, he takes it all the way back just to acids and alkaline. Okay? If you got a problem, it's all traced to acids. And there's a lot of truth to that. Because when you think about it, if you're acidic, the lymph system's gonna plug up and it's gonna get thick, and you're gonna start festering all kinds of critters. And then also if it's acidic, acids burn. So you're destroying tissues. And guess what happens when you start to destroy tissues? the body comes in with a inflammatory mucoid response in order to heal and protect itself. And then you start to gunk up even more. So really just, if you see something, I say, okay, how does acids, tie into this? And of course, eczema, very easy to see. It looks like acid damage. It's all red and inflamed and all that kind of stuff, which looks like acidosis. So that's it on that one. Sorry for that long answer, but I hope that helps. And me talking about that is really the key to all this healing. Really, we got Hope Picard. Hi, Mark. I'm new to lots of new people. This is great. Hi, Hope. Great. Nice to have you here. I'm new to your channel. Looking forward to tonight's chat. Absolutely. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. We got Helen now. Helen's been around with us. So good to have Helen back. Are you at Dr. Morse's, Helen? I can't remember. I thought you might have been going out there. I am listening in tonight. All right. How are you feeling, Mark? Are you still on your fast? Yeah, I'm on the hybrid of course, with my lovely raw grape juice. This hybrid thing is so good, especially when you got this raw grape juice, because I don't go hungry. I feel really good, and you can do this forever, really. You're just having a lot of juice and a salad or a fruit meal. I mean, how good is that, especially in the summertime? So, piece of cake. Or if not, what are you eating? Yeah, just the juices and what I said. And once in a while I'll throw in a little something. I always talk about my little fruit pizza. And this is a true fruit pizza, except for you just get a little. I get a little rice tortilla at Trader Joe's, and I fold it into quarters, and then you have just a little quarter. You smear it with avocado, chop up a little bit of tomato, maybe chop up some olives. Those are all fruits, by the way. So you got a fruit pizza. It feels like you're actually eating something. So a couple little cheats here and there. But you can do this forever and ever and ever. I'm on day 22 of my grape fast. All right. Feeling a bit sick tonight, but I shall stay and watch. Are you doing the pasteurized, Helen? Or are you doing the raw? It's powerful. Grape fasts are very, very powerful. Might be going through a little bit of a healing episode, of course. You're doing heavy duty work. You're stirring things up, and they come and they go. All through these fasts, those little healings will come and go. So the best thing to do is just ride it out and treat yourself good, and just take it easy. But get through it however you can. Be good to yourself. It's really, really, really intense work for a lot of people. We got Alan Johnson. How long should it take to clear up calendula? I'm drinking heal all tea. What is Tell me what calendula is. I thought that was an herb. Are you talking about candida? Maybe you're on one of those speaker things, voice to text things. I don't know. I'm drinking heal all tea, kidney, the Bell's kidney tea. With the parasite tinctures twice a day. All right, so I'm assuming that you're talking about candida. How long does it take to clear up candida? Well, this is a great question. Actually, when I do a candida video, they are instantly popular. It's one of the most popular subjects because candida, a lot of people have it. A lot of people are suffering with it, and they can't get rid of it. And there really is no magic bullet, because everybody says, well, okay, if I take una de gato with cat's claw with the black walnut hulls and this and that, this worked for me. It doesn't work like that. You have got to move lymph. All these, if you got toxic cesspools, you got critters. Okay. That's the bottom line. And then you've got the healing forces all through the body that are trying to get there through the lymph system. They're trying to get there through the lymph system to go do their job, but they can't get there in the force that they need to get there. So the infestation, the parasitic infestation. You want to say hi, Bitsy? Come here. Say hi to everybody. All right. We always have, Bitsy has to have her little moment. Oh, hi. How you doing, huh? All right. You have a big fan club out there. A lot of people always check in on you. I get a lot of messages about you. All right. Now we got to get a little sleep out of her eyes. She plays for a while after dinner. I feed her right before I do the broadcast, and then she plays for a while, and then she just takes a little nap here. So anyways, yeah, so the question is, you're gonna clear the candida out, yes, with the antiparasitic herbs to kill that stuff, and you are okay. You're doing good with the kidney tea, trying to open up those kidneys. I don't see any work on your bowels though. The candida really loves the nice toxic, smelly areas of the bowels to fester in. So you want to really clean those bowels. You want to do an all over detox. Look at Dr. Morse's Fab 4 kit. Look at those first kits. But you gotta move lymph. It's the same thing we all have to do. We all have to move lymph all through the body and get those kidneys filtered and get it out that kidney door. Okay? Get the skin working, get the thyroid back up so you sweat. So get all those systems back up and just it'll get out when the lymph is moved out. And it's the same thing with these viruses. I get so many people with the herpes virus. They just can't get rid of this thing. It's really, really hard. And they're so frustrated, and it causes them a lot of psychological problems too. And they just don't believe it can leave the body. And everything will be kicked out eventually. Yeah, okay, herpes is insidious, it hides super well, but it will eventually get out of the body too. And a lot of people that get on a detoxification regimen, who's to say if it's totally out of the body? What I can say is there's people that just don't have flare-ups anymore once they get to a certain level of detoxification. Is it out of the body? I don't know. But are they getting flare-ups anymore? No. And you notice with the cold sores and the herpes that it's when you eat a lot of acidic foods that you'll get the flare-ups. All right. So, but just keep digging, and it'll eventually, the symptoms will go away, and then eventually the whole thing. You probably could get a test after a certain amount of time, and show that it's no longer in the body, I guess. But you got to dig. What else can you do? There's nothing else. There's no magic bullet. Okay. Okay. So we got abstract swirls. Why might eating watermelon and all melons cause my throat to hurt and nerves to burn? Allergy or detox symptoms? I would hate to have to avoid them. Okay, so watermelon is super powerful at detoxification. Don't let all that, sweetness and kind of blandness. I could see the astringency of lemons and all that, and of the orange juice and all that, but and grapefruits and all that. But watermelon, no, it's sweet and it's kind of, not kind of bland, very watery, but it is really, really powerful. You're kicking up toxins. Your throat. I bet if I looked at your eyes, you'd probably have a bunch of mucus trapped up in here. If you had your tonsils removed, that really causes a lot of problems. You could have lymph. Most of your lymph nodes are huge clusters of them in here. So you're probably stirring the pot there. Nerves to burn. You might be kicking up acids. A lot of times like I said, that thick lymph and that mucus is there to protect things from burning. You start to peel that away, and now you're exposed again. So it is a sign that you're starting to move lymph. So yeah, I would say from my just knowing what I've seen here, it's a detox. It's a detox healing, not a crisis. It's an episode. So at this point, you could say, all right, this is great. I got my my feedback from the body. I'm going to hit it hard now. I'm going to kick some butt, right? And I don't care. So I'm going to burn a little bit. That's all right. Or you could say, you know what? I'm not into this. Let's back off a little bit. You could back off of the fruit juices and the melons and all that, and step down to some green drinks or some salads and take it easier. Find your level where you want to go. But certainly the accelerator pedal is going to be more fruit juices, more of the, of course, the orange juices and the lemons and all that. Grape lemon juice combination. These are going to be strong. Watermelon strong. And then your sweeter fruits are going to back off. So, go at your own pace. Be brave, but don't, do it to the point where you're going to, keep on wanting to do it. But do the best you can. And think about the long term. Don't think about going up and yeah, I did 2 weeks and I just, kicked my butt. No, no, I don't think that's the right way to do it. I think it's like, hey, I got a plan here that I can do for year after year after year. I know how to detox my body, and I know how to. When I get it down to the point that that I feel like I've really done my work, then I want to be able to maintain that level of detoxification. You're never really done because once you get to the level, you still got to maintain that level in a very toxic world. And brings to mind, I was speaking with Mitch Clements this morning, and Mitch was going to come on, but he's gonna come on at another time. But he went for an MRI, and I forget the name of that metal, but they had him drink this stuff, and the next day he's just never been the same. And he was a bodybuilder, and he has been trying to get this heavy metal out of his body. And it shows you, one guy can drink it and he's fine, another guy can drink it and he's now, this is years ago, and he's still, I mean, he was to the point he could barely move, and was really at wit's end. So he'll tell you about all that. But he is really excited to talk to you guys. He is staying out in Arizona, and he got some perfectly grown grapefruits that were just ready to fall off the tree. They were perfectly tree ripened. And he said it was instant that he was able to get up and move around. He even rode a bicycle, something he hasn't done in quite a long time. And he was just calling to just share that miracle with me. So we're going to get him on and talk about these things. But anyways, do the best you can. Detoxification is really, it's a way of life, really. And once you learn it, and you can't go backwards, not in any big way. Trust me. You won't want to do it. You realize this becomes your new your new baseline, so to speak. So all right. So hold on here. Oh boy, we got a lot of questions here. I'm going too slow, you guys. I gotta perk this up here. All right, so we got Brandon. Can a healing episode Thanks for calling it a healing episode. Yeah, no healing crisis. We're gonna get rid of that word crisis. It's too scary. Can a healing episode manifest as anxiety and insomnia? Absolutely. Anxiety is tied to the adrenal glands. We know that. It's a neurological weakness. Okay, tied directly to the adrenal glands, and some in the head too. Some in the brain. There's areas of the brain too. And insomnia, yeah. When you're moving lymph, the glands can actually start acting funny. And I always give the example of you had that toy when you were a kid, that little toy car, a little toy doll or whatever, and the batteries are starting to go down. That thing just started going haywire, and then it would slow down, and then go haywire again. The glands can do that too. All right. I would say that anxiety is a sign of weak adrenals. Adrenals that are full of mucus and all backed up and need to be cleaned and strengthened. And insomnia is a sign that the pineal gland up in the brain is down and full of mucus too, that needs to be cleaned. So yeah, they're just signs of glands that need to be worked on. And we have glandulars to do that. We have herbs. We have, of course, detoxification, number one. I mean, if you're super poor, just get on fruit and get some herbs. Go out to the garden and just get some dandelions and some plantains. I mean, get what you can. Licorice root's real cheap. You can find that at a lot of places. That's great for the adrenals if you don't have high blood pressure. But get some herbs. Okay, so we got Fran. How do I manage swinging blood pressure? Swinging blood pressure is usually tied, believe it or not, back to the back of the head and the cerebellum. So it's a sign that you have mucus up in the head. So you got to move lymph. You got to get the stomach and bowels clean so the head can drain, and learn how to drain the head through overall detoxification, the 4 basic areas, and then also there's some upper circulation, brain and nerve herbs that Dr. Morse loves for this particular thing. You can stimulate by hot and cold showers on the head, turning it on to hot for a bit, then going down to cold, then back up to hot. That kind of gets an accordion effect. You can candle the ears, ear candles, any health food store. You can do neurolymphatic massages. You just kind of hit the hit the little areas there, and the head drains. Clean the GI tract, the transverse colon. If that's not clean, the head won't drain. And you may have candida. So candida just gunks up everything because of the sulfur. And so you want to look at that, and you want to clear that out too. All right. So swinging blood pressures is cerebellum. So there's head issues, Fran, which can lead to a lot of things. Brain fog, your five senses, hearing, taste, touch, smell, are all down. Glaucomas, hearing loss, just a million things happen when the head's blocked up. So you've been given a gentle reminder to clean that lymphatic system, especially in the head. If the adrenals are down, you're probably backing up lymphatically too. For Mr. Giggles is back. Good. Hi, Mark. Question about anemia. My 17-year-old has been tested for low iron. So iron utilization, believe it or not, is also in the adrenals. All right. Again, got to detox. Dr. Morse also has a blood formula that helps stimulate, some red blood cells. There's also someone was telling me about something for anemia. Oh, never mind. Anyways, yeah, detoxify, get the utilization up. The thing is, we can say, okay, we got anemia, so we're going to take these iron supplements, right? And if the iron's from a inorganic source, I don't like supplements anyways. I'd rather get the iron from spinach or something like that. But with this kind of raw food, raw fruit, and raw vegetables, you're getting tons of iron. It's just, is it being utilized? Is the adrenal glands utilizing that iron? That's the big question. Okay. But definitely some herbs. It could be a spleen issue too. Have to check that out as well. The best thing to do is, if you want to do a consult, what I do is I have you fill out a huge questionnaire so I can kind of see the correlation of everything and kind of see where we're going here. And I look at the eyes too. The eyes say a lot. I would suspect the adrenal is number one. So with the eyes, you guys, okay, if you just get a magnifying glass, you can look in your eyes in the mirror or have someone look for you, look in someone else's eyes. The adrenal glands, if you're looking at the eyes, okay, so picture 6 o'clock being straight down, right? So with the nose here, so here's 6 o'clock, right? With the nose, the adrenal glands are just going to be to the inside of 6 o'clock, right? Towards the outside of the iris. That's the adrenal glands and the kidneys. Very, very important to see what's going on there. If you see like any kind of lesion there, a whole bunch of mucus in there, right there, it's adrenals. You can test your blood pressures too to see if it's adrenals. 120/60 is what we like. If that upper number is down around 100, 95, 105, it's adrenals. So a couple of things to do there. So so that's my take on that, but it could be a little more complex than that. But usually it's weak adrenals, and detoxification starts to balance out all the glands and starts getting all that mineral utilization back up. Body's super complex, you guys. Low iron could also be tied to some other low minerals and things like that. So, but the basic thing is detox overall. Let's clear the mucus out. Let's target the areas that we know specifically. It's hard to make a mistake because when we detox overall, we're going to clean out all the glands no matter what. Dr. Morse always said when he writes protocols, he's such a neat guy. He just says, a lot of times I'm using my intuition. It's not written in stone. That's the beauty of this. You really can't. It's hard to hurt yourself with herbs unless you're taking a massive amount. And he taught me to put in so many, like if we're doing an adrenal formula, we put in so many different adrenal herbs that, we're not hitting anybody with a gigantic load of just one herb. So that helps too. All right. So overall detox, and then target the little areas we know about, and we'll get there. Okay. For Mr. Giggles, I've asked him how to cut out dairy. take GI Broom, and to take Floridex. I suspect an absorption issue. Any other suggestion? Oh man, for Mr. Giggles, I forgot what your initial. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, gosh. Okay. All right. You're still referring to the iron. Okay. So cut out dairy. Well, great idea, because dairy forms mucus and clogs the glands up even more. All right. Take the GI Broom. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. And then Floridix, which is, I guess it's an iron supplement or something. I suspect an absorption issue. It could be absorption, but it's probably more utilization, like I talked about with those glands. He's talking about malabsorption, where you're so blocked up in the GI tract you're not absorbing anything. But it could be. That's why we say let's clean everything. Let's clean the GI tract in case there's absorption issues. Absolutely. So yeah, always get on at least a Fab 4 kit with some anti-parasite herbs and maybe a little bit of liver gallbladder herbs, but to do the overall detoxification, and then target those adrenals if you want to just give that a try at that point. Okay, we got Z Christine back. Hi Mark. Hi Z Christine. Man, you've been a loyal follower for many months. Thank you. We got Falon. Hi, much love. Much love to you. I think you're new here. Appreciation. I was taking a lot of cayenne capsules, and for lots of reasons, I started getting constant yeast infections leading to candida with diaper rash, healing crisis, or adrenal overworked. Wow. Oh man. The cayenne is supposed to stimulate blood flow, and I was assuming lymph flow. Getting a lot of yeast infections. Leading to candida. I'm not going to tie that to the cayenne. I'm just going to tie that to a lymphatic system. And you might have been kicking things up. I think the cayenne is very stimulating, so it might have been kicking up a bunch of acids and toxins in the body. I am suspecting that cayenne in high doses is a bit mucus forming, because it is hot, and the natural reaction of the body is going to be to buffer that with some mucus. So I play with the cayenne. I'm not really a big fan. Maybe in an emergency situation, or maybe at really low doses. But at the doses I was at, it did some damage. I am going to say that the candida, of course, is it means that your lymph system is not moving. We usually tie candida to sulfur, which slows down the lymph system. So the lymph system is not moving. So therefore, you're festering. Okay, you got toxic cesspools. You have a culturing medium that's a nice, cozy home to these funguses. So I'd look at it in that respect. Okay, let's not blame the cayenne. Let's blame a dirty sewer. And we know how to clean the sewer now, right? Get the kidneys filtering. I have to do it once every, or a couple of times a night. Get the kidneys filtering, move the lymph, clean the GI tract, and get the glands up. Boom, we're on the road. And how do we do that? We do that with fruit, herbs, dry fasting, right? And then some physical things like rebounding and deep breathing and yoga and all kinds of things to get things moving. The hot and cold showers I talked about, the massages, all that. Jeannie, thank you. I wondered how to figure that grape to juice output. Yeah, I was surprised too when I did the calculation. It's almost pound for pound, juice to grapes. They were very juicy grapes, by the way. 72 ounces of juice. Yeah, 80 ounces of grapes, right? And then 72 ounces of juice. So you get a whole lot of juice. You got to get like 4 point something pounds of juice. Really good. You guys are making me thirsty. Hold on. All right. Jonathan. Jonah Tallman. The state of Tabasco in Mexico has the highest rate of anal cancer on Earth. Go figure. Maybe from those hot peppers. Yeah, my butt was kind of burning after that too. Oh man, that's pretty funny. I mean, it's not funny. I mean, I feel sorry for those people, but yeah, I think, yeah, it's a little too harsh, you know. Middle path, you guys, the Buddha way, middle path. So I should learn my lessons too. I get caught in the traps once in a while myself. So, Jeannie, oh, you don't use the press anymore. You know what? I get off these little things, you know. So I'm all keen on the hand juicing. I'll get sick of that and go back to the press. I don't know. I actually did a green juice hand pressing it the other day, which is good. I needed to cool down my GI tract from all that cayenne, so I did a green juice, which has really worked. I put some cucumber and celery in there, and it really cooled me down. It's really good. Something to know, you guys, if you feel hot internally, hit it with a nice cucumber juice and celery. Really, really cools things down. Claire Sharp, daughter has been detoxing for 2 years, trying to detox sulfur out. Is depressed, insomnia, bloating still. Has given up. Please help. Has done glandulars and Dr. Morse's herbs. Okay, so when we don't get the results we need, we got to kind of back engineer. Okay, Claire, did she get her kidneys filtering? Okay, number one thing. We have dry fasting now to really help get the kidneys filtering. Some people, they just never get them filtering, so they don't really get the job done. Okay. Detoxing for 2 years, trying to detox sulfur out. Okay, was she up to doing the GI broom? The GI broom is really, really good. Combined with the anti-parasitic herbs is really, really good at getting that going. Have you done eye pictures? Have you seen the progression of the eye pictures? Done glandulars and Dr. Morse's herbs. Let me know the protocol she was on, how long she was doing it. Was she on the GI broom? Did she get kidney filtration? Does she know about dry fasting? Dry fasting is so healing, you guys. It really is where the deep healing comes in. It's incredible. I mean, when I have stuff going on, I just go dry and just everything just settles down. It's pretty darn amazing, and I get more and more filtration as I dry fast. So let me know. I'll look out for your next chat here. Okay, Claire. And blessings to your daughter. We're gonna get her going here. Let's find out what's going on. Z Christine, I was wondering what herbs are safe for cats. I'm trying to clean them out too. Stella's got gets worms and parasites and all that. So I just put like 2 drops of antiparasite in, and a little bit of kidney. He's got bad kidneys. Sometimes they get real sore. So I'm not really an expert, but you got to just do a drop or 2. I mean, just really small amounts based upon the weight. You can look at the bottle of Dr. Morse's formulas and calculate the weight of your cat. So let's say it's a 16-pound cat or 15-pound cat, and then the dosage for 150-pound human would be 1 dropper full of those herbs. You got to do a 1/10 of a dropper full. All right, which it might only be a couple drops. So yeah, certainly the kidney. He did really well on the kidney herbs, by the way, and on the antiparasite. But I haven't done any GI tract or anything like that, or lymphatic herbs. But you might want to go on to rawfigs.com and see if there's any video on that. But I know Dr. Morse kind of bases on weight for the animals. But I don't know if there's any contradictions on cats, as far as what herbs they can and cannot take. But certainly the kidney and the antiparasite were fine for Stella. We got Falon. Maybe cayenne had nothing to do with it, but I think the stress, it stressed my diet. Did I now do more fruit, less protein? Thank goodness for you and Dr. Morse. Candida diet didn't help much. Thanks. Peace, y'all. Peace to you. Probably the cayenne didn't do it. It's now I do. Okay, so yeah, more fruit, less protein. I'd say no protein. I mean, maybe a little bit of nuts and seeds soaked and sprouted, but don't really need protein, you guys. It's such a myth. There's so much amino acids in the fruit and in the veggies that you just don't need it. Even if you're athletic, I mean, I don't need it. And if I was a bodybuilder, maybe a little bit, but there are fruitarian bodybuilders so that don't supplement, but they just claim it's just all about calories and pumping that iron. So, all right, good. Carl, I've used cayenne pepper in the past, and I've personally found it to be too strong. Yeah, me too, and it's unnecessary in my opinion. Yeah, I think so too. I know Dr. Morse puts it in his, I think he might put it in one of his circulation formulas just to bump it up a little bit. It might have a synergistic effect. He's probably putting just a tiny, tiny bit. But yeah, I was trying to be a hero and all that. So you live and you learn. I lived through it to talk about it. So I feel like an idiot, but I just like being honest with you guys, why not? Claire, hi, Mark. Daughter has been detoxing for 2 years, trying to detox sulfur, depression, insomnia, really bad bloating, very fatigued. Low NP has given low NP. I don't know what NP is. BP, low blood pressure. I don't know. Given up. Please help us get her glands up. Yeah. All right. So, bloating, very fatigued, insomnia, depressed. Yeah, something's not right here. Yeah, Claire, let us know the protocol she was on. Let us know exactly what she was doing. If you can remember the herbs that she was doing and what's going on. What's her diet like too? Let's get to the bottom of that. I mean, everybody can detox. Everybody can detox as long as we get kidney filtration. Super, super important, okay? And a lot of times, what I found out is you can take all these herbs, you can do all this stuff and still not get those glands to perk up, believe it or not. And what happens is if that pituitary is blocked, that's the master gland that talks to all the other glands. If that's blocked up, forget it. You can't get the communication. They just don't come on. So that's important too. That pituitary is super duper important. All right, so Karen's testing the chat. Oh, good. Okay, it works, Karen. Good to have you here. Carl, kidney and gland herbs should be good for cats. Yeah, well, gland herbs, yeah, why not? Sure. Those are just berries mostly. We got Karen. I'm new also. Welcome, Karen. Thank you, Mark, for your educational videos. You bet. I've watched many. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Carl, I'm doing hybrid master fast right now. Yeah, I love it. I think it's really good. My meals at night are steamed banana plantains, or steamed sweet potatoes. They are the only veggies that my body likes, and they allow me to keep a good balance. So yeah, you might be one of those I call the airy people that needs those roots to ground you, and good. Yeah, I mean that's working for you. I mean, I would say that that the steamed veggies, especially those starchy ones, are, they're not going to detoxify. You know that they're just going to kind of balance you out. And yeah, so yeah, if that's working for you, Carl, that's awesome. Are you still getting filtration? Do you still feel like you're healing? Do you still feel like you're moving lymph and healing? Let me know. And I guess you're doing it at night, so if they take your energy down, no big deal. Sometimes I need that. If I'm I'm telling you, these juices in this fruit can really get you jacked up, especially when your adrenals are good. And you just I have a hard time coming down at night to just be able to sleep. So it's good to have those grounding veggies like that. Jeannie, calendula is like a marigold-like flower, a plant used for two. Yeah, I think he might have been on one of those voice to text things. So, all right, Z Christine, can I put Frankenstein's essential oil on a cat? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't see why not. I mean, it's not a strong oil. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know much about the pet thing with all this. Actually, Stella had a really, really bad UTI, and I actually got a homeopathic medicine at the store. I went to one of those specialty. We have like a big feed store here, all kinds of animal things. And the woman said, people have been really, really liking this homeopathic I think it's UTI Plus it's called. And she says people are just loving it. It's really getting some good results. So I tried it, and it was hardly anything. I mean, it looked like water. And anyways, I did it, and it cured Stella right up. It was amazing. So yeah, I don't know. Just look, test with a really small amount, maybe water it down, and just see what happens, I guess. And then look on Google if there's any kind of contradictions, But I don't know specifically. But let us know. We're all learning. We all learn new stuff. It's great. Jeannie, topical healing of a skin issue sometimes. Topical healing of skin issues sometimes. I don't know what you're referring to, but yeah, the thing about detox is, when we do topical healing, it's all part of our bag of tricks. In other words, okay, so at the core we get kidney filtration, we move lymph all through the body, right, with the use of herbs and the fruit mostly, and then we do the physical stimulation. Like I said, with the rebounding and the massages and the hot and cold showers and all that kind of stuff. And then you can go locally too. You can put the castor oil packs with the heat on local areas. You can massage local areas. Gino likes to use a burnt stick in massage areas to get specific stimulation in those areas. So topical things are fine. There's poultices you can make, which is basically just wetting herbs down and sticking it on there. There's salves. Dr. Morse has a couple of healing salves, things like that. So good. But you gotta always go after the root cause. Like if it's eczema, okay, yeah, you can do some topical things, but you gotta go after the root cause. Kidney filtration and the skin's backed up. Thyroid's probably down, not sweating enough, this and that. So always look for the root, and the root will always take you to the lymph system, always. Okay, Helen, I'm doing raw grapes. Yeah, I have some pasteurized but prefer natural fruit. I'll drink to that. We used to have this kid show. I grew up in Los Angeles. It was called Engineer Bill, and that's how old I am. But he'd have his little train engineer hat on with the little necktie and all that, and that striped coat, and he would say to the kids, okay, it's red light, and so red light, you could not drink your milk, and then on the green light you get to drink your milk. So anyways, I was just a green light, but I'm not drinking milk anymore. So health exists, you bet it does. Health is all around us, just banging at our door trying to get in, and we're not letting it in because we blocked it up through our ignorance. But now we're opening the doors again, and all that healing's coming into so many people. It's wonderful. So simple, you guys. Just picture that force all around us. It just can't get in. Wants to get in. So I have Lyme and Morgellons. I have been eating raw and dealing with skin stinging, and notice I have swollen joints after eating fruits. Can you describe more? All right. So Lyme and the Morgellons. I'm not an expert in the Morgellons. I do get people talking about it and the fibers and all that. So we're just going to treat this as I treat everything else. Okay. It's lymphatic constipation, right? Okay. The Lyme is really okay. Any kind of a bacteria, fungus, virus, any kind of a parasitic thing. Any kind of acidic condition can only really take hold in the body if the lymph system is backed up and sluggish. All right. So if you believe that Lyme disease is caused by a bacteria, I forget the name of the one they pin it on, and that is the root cause. I'm going to take you one step further. I'm going to say, okay, so you got a bacteria, big deal. Right? If your system was really moving well, that bacteria would have been dealt with a long time ago and kicked out of the body, real fast. Body deals with bad bacteria. It knows what they are. It gets rid of them real quick. So it tells me you had a sluggish lymph system to begin with, so we just need to fix that, and everything gets working again. It gets kicked out. If Morgellons is some kind of a, biological weapon, some people say, whatever, it's a parasite. It's the same thing. It's not supposed to be there. The body knows It's not supposed to be there. It's really good at knowing what the original plan was. All right. So if you got a good lymph system, a lot of smart guys in there will deal with that too. All right. So eating raw is good. Okay. But are you eating high fruit? Okay. Have you identified your weak glands? And are you going after those glands? Are you doing a 4-way detox like we talked about? Kidneys, lymph glands, and GI tract. Okay. You know, that's another thing. Skin is stinging, swollen joints. Okay, so you're either getting more acidic, right? Okay, you're either getting more acidic. Oh, okay, so you're getting it after you eat the fruits. Okay, so you're eating fruits. You're starting to possibly move some lymph. Okay, so now you're uncovering latent acids, and now you're starting to hurt a little bit. You're getting what's called a healing episode. Okay, that would be my first guess. All right. So either that or you're eating unripe fruits, which are acidic. I don't know, but that would be my first guess, is that you're starting to move some lymph. So learn about the 4-way detoxification. Get on a plan like that, and go at a pace you can handle, and start to move that lymph and clean it out. Okay, and then the critters leave. They got nowhere to go. They don't have a home anymore. Okay, you've just brought in this incredible cleaning crew that has made your body spick and span, and there's just nowhere to go. I mean, if you got a clean house, I mean, the dirt sticks out like crazy, right? So that's it. That's all I can offer, really. I mean, it's really that simple. If you can just look at it in that kind of regard, then all the mystery comes out of all of this stuff. We don't have to have this gigantic, wealth of knowledge to kind of put these things together. It's really that simple. Move the lymph, alkalize the body, get rid of the obstructions. All right. So Ellen, I'm doing GI Broom with Heal All tea and kidney tea with the parasite tinctures. Didn't mention it. Okay. What's missing here? I'm seeing nothing for the kidneys. Oh yeah, kidney tea. Okay, kidney tea. Okay. All right. So you got a kidney tea going, so you're helping those kidneys along. You've got the GI Broom to help the GI tract along. You have got the Heal All tea, which has a lot of lymphatic herbs in it, by the way. So good. So and then you're doing some anti-parasites. Okay. So the only thing that's missing is I'm not seeing anything for the glands. All right. So you might want to think about getting something for the glands. Okay. At least an adrenal, some kind of adrenal tincture or whatever, but something for the glands. Okay. So you're almost there. All right. Carl, I prefer raw juice. Yeah, me too. But for cleaning at the master fast level, the black plaque doesn't come out on raw. Better taste, I agree, but not enough power by comparison. Yeah, I have to agree with you, Carl. Yeah, the pasteurized juice is much more of a solvent for sure. Absolutely, for sure. Much more mucoid plaque. Absolutely. Yeah, but the question is, do we need to go to that high of level? That's the question. I mean, it's a tool that's there. Do we use that for 20, 30 days, get some mucoid plaque out, and go back to the raw so we can have more sustainability, feel better, feel more grounded, feel more energetic? Yeah, but definitely, I think you're right. Just more of a deep cleaner. Carl, the watermelon questions. I had the same burning and found that the melons were fermented. Be careful with fermented melon. It's really interesting. I haven't heard that. So you got a burning sensation from fermented melon. Carl, how do you know if the melon's fermented? I don't know. If it's just by taste to make sure it's sweet. I throw out a lot of watermelons because I cannot stand when they're chalky. When you bite in, they feel sandy. I hate that. I toss them right out. I just can't handle it. So it's hard to get good watermelons. But that's interesting. So maybe that's how you tell. We got Shamika. Hi, hello, Mark. Would you be? What would be the best diet for detoxification for a cancer tumor? Would grape and lemon juice help? Dr. Morse, when he starts hearing that C word, he's 40-day grape lemon juice fast. Yep, absolutely, full-blown detox. 40 days, grape lemon. He always talks about this supermodel woman who, I think it was pancreatic cancer that got it on a 40-day grape lemon fast. But yeah, I think that's the highest of the healing juices myself. Grape and lemon combination. You get the energetics of the grape juice, the healing of the grapes, and you get the astringency of the lemons and the balance. Gino loves that combination too. He likes it cooked though. He likes it pasteurized because he believes it opens it up energetically to even be more powerful. And Master Fast is very high level. You might want to look into that too. Okay, Julie, and God bless you if you're dealing with that. And good luck, Julie. Hi, I'm new to this channel and loving it. Good, love to have you here. Thank you. My kidneys are not filtering. Just started Dr. Morse's Heal LT. Do I need to get kidneys to filter before starting a detox protocol? It's kind of a catch-22, isn't it? Yeah. The herbs will help you get filtration. So I just tell people, yeah, you can still do the herbs, but be very careful with the lymphatic herbs. Don't do a lot of lymphatic herbs until you got some filtration because you're going to be pushing a lot of toxins and acids towards those kidneys. So you want to make sure there's a way out for some of that. But look into dry fasting, okay? Dry fasting really, really does a great job of opening up kidneys right from the start, okay? So yeah, be careful with too much TLLT in the beginning too, because that has a lot of lymphatic herbs in it. Okay, but again, those Fab 4 kits are really, really good. Okay, it gets all 4 of those areas. Okay, and look into dry fasting, and of course be on the high fruit diet. Okay, so Fran, did my first 24-hour fast today. Congratulations, and no filtration. Okay. Rome wasn't built in a day, so keep going. Some people take a while. Had a little on my first 18-hour fast. Urine pH is 9. What to do? Okay, so good. You brought this up. So 9 pH. That's a high number, which means you're alkaline. Okay, that's not what we want. We want to have a little bit of acidic urine, like down below 7, like 6.5 in that area, 6.6. Because we want to show that there's acids moving out. Okay, so that's a good test. You'll know you're moving acids when you get acidic urine. Okay, but yeah, just keep digging. You're new, and filtration is very mercurial. It does what it wants to do. But yeah, you're doing the right thing with the dry fasting and the herbs and all that. Rosaline is back. All right, Rosaline. Hi, Mark. Just curious about pineapples. I was offered fruit and didn't hesitate, but had a strong burning metallic taste in my mouth. Was the pineapple unripe, or was it the change of the fruit? Pineapples are notoriously acidic because they pick them way too early. And what happens is when you have something growing, right? And the grape growers for wine are really keen on this. They really look at the sugar content. That's when they know when to pick that stuff, okay? Because it will get more sweet as it ripens on the vine. So let's say you pick that pineapple, right? And it's not sweet yet. Okay, it hasn't matured enough because they want to make a profit, so they're not letting that thing sit out there forever. So they want to get it to market, so they pick it early when it starts to look good, and but it's acidic, and yeah, got to be real careful with the pineapples. So the burning is you're actually hitting yourself with acids. Pineapples and kiwis are notorious. So try to find a trusted source of pineapples and look at them. I should get some more information on that. I actually got a tool. Someone actually sent me a link, and I actually picked up this tool that the winemakers use, where you can tell the sugar content of the grapes just by smearing a little bit of the grape juice on this slide. I haven't used it yet. I'm going to try that. Maybe there's a way I can check pineapples. So yeah, so I don't know. If anybody knows how to find a ripe pineapple, let us know, because we're all curious. We got Lynn Stonehawker. Okay, good. Welcome back. I remember your name. Hi, Mark. How does one work on the parathyroid, and how do you know when you should use a glandular? Thank you. All right, so the parathyroid, there are kind of nodules on the thyroid, and super important gland. A lot of us have weak parathyroids. You can tell because the structure of the body starts to fail, or you could get depression. Calcium levels in the blood are really tied to depression. Moms that have babies and they can't put back the calcium because they have a weak parathyroid get postpartum depression, and it can be really horrible. And so it's low calcium levels, and because the parathyroid utilizes the calcium. If you got the osteoporosis, the weakening of the bones, sagging skin, varicose veins, just weak, thin skin, prolapsing bowels, prolapsing organs, uteruses, all that stuff is all just weak structure of the body. Okay, sign the parathyroid's down. So you work on it. Kelp is really good. Dr. Morse has a bones formula. And glandulars are good. If you have a real weak parathyroid, I like to just hit with a bottle or two in the beginning of a detox, just to kind of picture those shock paddles they use when they try to get a guy who's having a heart attack. Just as a shock paddle, just shock some of these glands back into action. But don't stay on those glandulars too long, or the gland becomes used to it and gets kind of lazy. So do it in the beginning, and try a bit. Get a bottle, try some, and see how you feel. And and then you can just do after that, do a bottle or two of the the bones formulas I think are in capsules. Yeah, a bottle or two of the capsules, and see how you do, and just have some kelp or Irish moss, and there you go. But detox. Okay, make sure that pituitary gland is online. If you have multiple glands down, suspect that pituitary gland too. Okay, so is that Mr. M? I've been detoxing since March and looking forward to continue to eat raw after the detox. Good. Should I take herbs if not detoxing? Good question. Herbs are most effective when you're detoxing. If you're just eating regular, forget it. I think you're wasting your money. I would use them only when you're detoxing, or doing the master fasting type thing. Are herbs effective if eating more greens or sprouted nuts and seeds? I would say they'd probably be less effective. They're going to be more effective as that body is moving lymph. Okay. And the greens and the sprouted nuts and seeds they're just not really, they're not detoxifying. The greens maybe a little bit, but certainly not nuts and seeds. Okay. So yeah, I would save your money and get the most bang for your buck, and do them when you're doing a real detox. Okay, Rosaline, if my skin condition is little spider veins all over, should I be addressing the parathyroid? Yeah, due to loss of calcium, yes. Or is it a kidney blockage? It could be both. If the kidney's blocked, then you got mucus buildup in the body, which will go to the parathyroid. But hit them both. I'm filtering and sweating now. Good. Getting down no results. Getting down no results. I don't understand that. Kidney blockage. I'm filtering and sweating now. Yeah, work on them both. You don't have to. We work on the whole body. The great thing about herbs is you can take all these herbs together. Gino's got 12 different formulas, each with like 9 things, and that's like over 100 herbs. They all know where to go. That you take them, the gun gets fired, they all go running out. See you later, I got to go over here. Oh, see you later, I'm going over here. They all know where to go. So that's the beauty of that. So yeah, overall detox, go after certain glands like we talked about as an extra thing. When I write protocols, I always write the basic 4: kidneys, lymph, glands, and GI tract. And then in the beginning, we'll hit with a parasite, a little bit of liver, gallbladder, and then I start building from there. From my foundation, then I build from there. Okay, we got a pituitary down. Okay, let's hit them with a bottle of pituitary, and then we'll move to a pituitary herbal formula. Okay, we got a pancreas down. Same story, all over the body. I start looking where the weaknesses are, and then we hit those specific weaknesses. Okay, and there's a certain order to it too, but that's sort of it. All right, Fruit and Botanicalist is back. All right, I've been detoxing with monofruit and herbs only for 43 days. Only? Come on, that's great. and my blood pressure is getting worse. I used to be 115 over 75, and now I am 100 over 65. Guess what's happening? I'm glad you wrote this. Okay? What's happening to you? This is a perfect example. When Dr. Morse says high blood pressure is really low blood pressure. Now, this is not that serious of a deal compared to some of these, but okay, so you're at 115, right? And on the adrenals, and now you're down to 100, and then on the kidneys, you were at 75, now you're down to 65. What you've done is you opened up those kidneys, and that brings all the pressures down. That kidney blockage was blocking blood pressure all through. Okay, so now you're opening those kidneys, and now everything's coming down, and it's now pointing to you got the kidneys at a good number, but you got to bring those adrenals up. All right, so now this is where licorice root really comes in, and those adrenal herbs really come in, especially that licorice root. You can start bringing that adrenal back up into the 110, 115 area, while that kidney remains in the 60s. Hopefully, keep working on those kidneys, okay? Keep opening those up. You want to get to 120 over 60. I haven't seen that too much, but it's our goal, all right? So you did great. This is great. Your detox boost teas are awesome. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Got great filtration this morning. I'm highly promoting it on detox message groups and on Facebook. Oh, thanks. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad they worked for you. Yeah, you know, my niche with Giovanna is I do the teas because they're more economical, and you know, you have to make them every 3 or 4 days, but you can kind of add a little bit more, a little bit less, and do your formulas, whatever. But they're just more economical, and it's more people can use them. And you know, a lot of people don't like alcohol. They just can't handle that alcohol. So that's my niche and my service to you guys is just getting you teas. And I have a whole bunch of different formulas for all the systems of the body to help those. So good. I'm glad that's working. Your kidneys really opened up in a big way. So this is really a good sign. So good. Okay. So Jeannie, aloe vera juice might help with burned internal. Yeah, absolutely it does. I got to tell you, this is another great thing about herbs is that I'm coming out with a stomach and bowel, you know, healer. Because basically, when that cayenne burned my mucosa, it was really painful, you guys. And I didn't talk about it too much last week because I kind of felt like an idiot, you know. So, but I needed some relief because day after day it was just painful, you know. Not bad, but just just kind of annoying. And so I made my own tea based upon what I learned from Dr. Morse. And I put in the marshmallow root. I put in the slippery elm bark. I didn't put any aloe. I didn't have any aloe. I should have done that. But I put in some chamomile. I put in some wild yam root, some burdock, some things like that. And my gosh, this tea got into me. I didn't drink it hot, by the way. I drank it just lukewarm. And I drank a little bit in the beginning. It has a very thick gelatinous, from the marshmallow root and the slippery elm bark. And just see how it reacted to me. It felt fine. And then I took about 8 ounces. And it cooled me down. It healed me so quickly. Took away the burning. And, you need to take away that burning, that inflammation, and kind of soothe everything so the body can heal. All right. And what Dr. Morse does is he's really smart. He takes those kind of herbs to cool everything down and bring that healing kind of, almost like a mucoid layer in there to help. And then he'll put healing herbs in there too, like the white oak bark and things like that. And that's why I put the burdock in, by the way. So yeah, he's got a lot of healing herbs. He has a stomach tea that it looks like a really good formula. So anyways, just wanted to share that with you guys. All right. Aloe is really good though. Yeah, it can be laxative for sure. They were selling at the health food store big giant aloe leaves for $2. I should have picked one up. Claire Sharp, a daughter has been on a pituitary. Okay, so really smart to go after that pituitary. Brain and nerve and upper circulation. Okay. I don't know who wrote your protocol, but they knew what they were doing because that was suspect. Lower circulation. adrenal glandulary, pituitary glandular, parathyroid, as well as GI broom, stomach and bowels. Kidneys were only filtering minimal, has chronic fatigue syndrome. All right, so get her blood pressures, okay? See where they're at. I'm pretty much guarantee they're low. All right, and so working on those adrenals with that licorice root can really help bring those blood pressures up, which brings those adrenals up and brings that body energy back up. That life force comes back, and the adrenals are so key. Okay. But as long as she's on that Fab4, as long as there's an anti-parasite in there, you know, and you're doing these things, I think you're in a good position. I would not do a lot of glandulars. I would only do a bottle or two to kickstart, and then reassess after 4, 5, 6 months before doing more. Okay, but this is a perfect case, I believe, for looking at the piggybacking the licorice root on with the adrenal formula. Okay, to bring those adrenals up, because the adrenals are going to provide neurotransmitters that are going to make that chronic fatigue go away, and adrenals also make anti-inflammatory steroids to help fight acidosis in the body, and the adrenals also sit on top of the kidneys and control them to get better filtration. So dry fasting and licorice root, look into those, okay? And look at the Fab4 at Dr. Morse's site, okay? Or my Basic 4 kit, all right, at Giovanna. Look at those kits and make sure that you're always on those, all right? GI Broom is great if she's up to that level. That's wonderful. And with stomach and bowels, good. All right, so don't give up the ship. Keep going. Do I see lymphatics? Yeah, you got to have some lymphatic herbs to help move that lymph. High fruit diet. High fruit is so energetic too. All right, so in these kinds of situations, it dissolves mucus and it provides a lot of energy. All right, so give me the blood pressures. You know, yeah. Go ahead and email me those blood pressures, okay, Claire, and I'll help you guys out. All right, Jeannie. That second one was continued calendula info. Somehow it got sent too soon. Laughing out loud. Okay. We got Sharon. You skipped my question. Sharon, could you ask it again? I'm sorry. Did I skip a bunch of people? If I go back, I'm going to lose everybody. Sharon, if you just ask it again, I'll get to you, I promise. Okay, sorry. I'm real sorry. Helen, if you can't sleep, Mark, try blue lotus herb for a tea. Ooh. It makes you sleepy and tastes really good. I've never heard of that. In response to what you said earlier about being wired up on grapes before bed. Yeah, okay. I've never heard. Blue lotus sounds really exotic. It sounds really good. I don't know. Yeah, let's give that a try. Blue lotus. Yeah, okay. We got Karen. A friend of mine told me today that she has shingles all of a sudden. Tall, thin woman in her early 60s. What causes this? And any suggestions on what she can do? Yeah, it's a herpes virus is what it is. You got to detox. You got to move lymph. You know, this stuff. Yeah, this herpes can just lay dormant for year after year after year, and then boom. You know, you go out and you know you're just acidic. You know, eat a bunch of pineapple. I don't know. Take a bunch of cayenne pepper. I don't know, but it can kick up. Okay. And come from a dormant stage to really hurt you. I remember my grandmother had it, and she said it was just so painful. Just I felt so bad for her. It was up here, you know, on her chest. Just oh man, she was, you know, just the shirt rubbing against it was killing her. So gotta move lymph. You gotta move lymph. All right, it just lays dormant now. It's been activated. So move thy lymph. All right, and just listen to the videos. You know, it's real simple. We have the tools now. We have that dry fasting. There's very little excuse for no kidney filtration, really. We got the herbs, we got the fruit, and we got the dry fasting. Okay, we've got the healthy herbalist. All right, I'm here with you tonight only because I left work sick. Oh, after 3 days of dry fasting, I had a little breathing panic, so I came home to rest, put a castor oil pack on, and fell asleep for an hour. Wow. Yeah, you're working in dry fasting. That's really hard. You know, and Matt Barron, he was dry fasting for a couple of days, and he actually passed out in his kitchen, and you know, almost hit his head, I guess, and drank a little bit of water, brought him back. But yeah, rest up. Yeah. Yeah, this stuff is hard. It really is. I mean, just take it slower, I guess. Are you experienced? Are you experienced at dry fasting? 3 days is a long time. It might take a while to work up to that level. 6 months, a year or so. Just starting with 12, working up to 16, 18 a day, and then a 24-hour once a week, and then I've done a 36 hours. So yeah, it just just slow and steady completes the race, as Gino is now saying. Great quote. All right. So yeah, you're doing some deep work. So I'm glad you got the rest and all that. But take care, and yeah, don't try not to move so fast, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay. Claire, sorry, can't remember all of daughter's protocols, but she eats mostly fruit, cooked at night. But is having bad cravings for potato chips, etc. Is beginning dry fasting, but is so tired from CFS. Yeah. So yeah, I understand her frustration. Um, yeah, so the dry fasting should help her get more filtration and getting on those basic herbs and things like that. And yeah, and that licorice root. I mean, it really, there's people that go from mid 90s, high 90s up until the 110s, 115s within a week or 10 days on the licorice root. So it's really powerful. Okay, so I'm really anxious to see if that brings her some energy. Okay. Um, oh boy, I skipped ahead. See what happens. Okay, so we got Cindy James. Hi, Mark. Find your positive energy information very healing and comforting. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to be positive here. I mean, I'm a pretty positive person, I guess. But I'm glad. I'm just here to help you guys. Really, it's really an honor that you guys even listen to me. I was telling my story a few years back when I started doing these. I didn't think anybody would listen. I was a filmmaker in years back and never was in front of the camera, but I just had to get the message out. So I said, nobody will listen to me anyway, so what the heck? I'll just do it. So anyways, Sheila, cats are sensitive to oils, but frankincense is okay, but dilute it with a veg oil 50 to 1. Wow. And put it on your hands and then pet kitty. Diffusing is always a safe way to use oils. Please use a high grade oil. Oh, wow. Good information. All right. I'm going to repeat that. Cats are sensitive to oils, but frankincense is okay, but dilute with a veggie oil 50 to 1 and put on your hands and then pet kitty. Diffusing is always a safe way to use oils. Please use a high grade oil. All right. Great. We got Seeking Balance. Hi, Mark. You are looking great. Oh, thank you. I enjoy your wonderful show and wanted to say a big thank you. Thank you, Seeking Balance. I appreciate it. So glad you're here and so glad you're supporting us all. It's great. I love it. All right. You're very, very welcome. We've got Edita. Hi, Mark. What would work for weak adrenals besides licorice root? Thank you. Well, just detoxing, getting the pus and mucus out through kidney filtration and moving lymph and so forth. There's other herbs that strengthen the adrenals. We got the ashwagandha from the Ayurvedic school. We've got the Siberian ginseng, otherwise known as eleuthero. We've got the ginsengs, of course. We've got the deer antler for those who aren't vegans. You know, the deer antler is really, really powerful. Those antlers regenerate in 1 year. They lose them every year, I guess, and it's just highly regenerative. They call it an herb. Um, uh, let's see what else. What else is the adrenal herbs? Is escaping my mind here? Um, um, dandelions and parsley, of course, and things like that. But yeah, those ginsengs are really, really good. There's one that's escaping my mind. Tribulus. Tribulus is a good one too. Um, uh, but yeah, look at Dr. Morse's adrenal formula. He does not put licorice root in the adrenal formula because he wants to be able to get it out to people that have high blood pressure. So I would look under that online there if you're trying to put together a formula besides the licorice root, if you do have high blood pressure. That adrenal formula he has is really good. I put it in my adrenal formula at Giovanna, by the way. I do put licorice root in there. But his doesn't have it. Okay. But I get good luck with that Siberian ginseng. I really love that. Really fantastic herb. And very, very smooth too. It's not so jittery like the ginsengs. Okay. We got Z Christine. Good night. Oh, okay. Oh God, we're in an hour and a half already. Wow. This is going fast. We still got a lot of questions. All right. Healthy Herbalist. Mark, I've been getting great deals on grape juice from this site, jet.com. Today, R.W. Knudsen Juice Concord Grape, 32 ounces is $2.46 delivered. How do they even do that? Are you kidding me? That's like $5 here at the store. Share a good deal. Jet.com. Thank you so much. Wow, that is unbelievable. I'm going to order a bunch of that. Wow. That is amazing. That R.W. Knudsen's, by the way, is, Dr. Morse doesn't like pasteurized juice, but if there's a pasteurized juice that he does like, it's the R.W. Knudsen. Okay? So that's amazing. Wow. We've got Lana. Hi, Mark. I was told when a pineapple leaf is pulled out easy towards the middle, then it is ripe. It's worked for me every time. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Pineapple leaf pulled out easily towards the middle, and then it's ripe. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to try that. Herbert McLean. Hi, Mark. Is pasteurized grape and lemon juice okay for detoxing? Well, I'll tell you, it's very high level. This is the basis of the basic juice of the master fast system, which is a super high level detox. So yeah, it just depends on your body, Herbert. If you're able to handle that level of detox, yeah, it's great. But I much prefer the raw myself. I don't need all that power, and I love the energy of this. I love the detoxing of it, and I just love the way it makes me feel, and I love the way it tastes. And I like being kind of natural. And that stuff doesn't, especially that Paul Newman's looks fake. Stains my teeth too. I don't know. This is good. Yeah, it's high level. We got Karen testing again. All right, Karen. We got Gary Nemesis. Why do you have to use the boost formulas with the Giovanna tea? Can't you just use the boost formulas without the Giovanna tea? Yeah, you can. Absolutely. You can make tinctures. You take that boost formula. You can make a bunch of tinctures out of that. You can make just a straight tea out of that. The Giovanna tea, the basic, I got a kidney tea and the detox salt tea was basically just an overall detox tea. It's got some kidney herbs, it's got some lymph herbs, it's got some herbs for the glands, and a little bit of something to help clean that GI tract. So, and some antiparasitic herbs too. So, basic overall, okay? Not a lot of power in one place. The idea with the boost is if you want to add some more adrenal power, hit it with a boost. You want to add some more kidney filtration, hit it with a boost. It's a modular system. But some people just buy the Giovanna tea if they're low on budget, and they use a high fruit diet and just to help assist their detox. But the boosts do what they say, they boost certain areas. All right. So overall detox tea though, and then I just have a kidney tea for a lot of people that are doing kind of a master fast type of system where they like to take that tea and then add tinctures to that tea. We got Lonnie. What do you think about the niacin flush? I used to do those niacin flushes. Yeah, expands those capillaries like crazy. I don't know. I can kind of channel Dr. Morse and go, oh no, Mark, no, we don't do isolated vitamin. What is it? Vitamin B. What is that? B6? I forget. We don't do isolated chemistry. So I don't do them anymore. Don't really do any kind of supplement type things, But I used to like them kind of, but don't do them anymore. Brian, new product, Tribest Glass Raw Tea Kettle. Ooh, Love it. Search on YouTube, buy from TriBest or on Amazon. One setting holds temp at 115 degrees. Oh, so it's an electric tea kettle. So it's glass. Interesting. Yeah, a lot of people like the glass because it doesn't interact with the herbs. The metals don't cause any kind of reaction with the herbs. So thank you, Brian. That's it. That's awesome. I'm going to check into that. Neat. Always something new to play with, you know. It's great. And guess it's a tax write-off for me, so maybe I'll get one. Test it out. It works great. Awesome. Karen, thank you. You bet, Karen. Karen, I have low blood pressure and did the detox phase a month ago. Shall I stay on the adrenal herbs? Well, it depends on your blood pressures, you know. Keep an eye on that. I know you know those adrenals are healing if your low blood pressure is coming up, trying to get into that 120 area. So it sounds okay to me, yeah. Just keep an eye on that blood pressure, though. Maybe get a monitor. You get your own monitor if you live near one of those big drugstores. But you get a good monitor for $50 off of Amazon. We got Deborah Morrison. What can I do for a recent concussion? Ooh, wow, man! I hope you saw a doctor. You know, to see you can have what's called a subdural hematoma. Boxers get them. You know, it's a blood clot under the in the brain there. So make sure you get tested out for that. But you know, any kind of trauma causes inflammation. Um, you know, there's a question on stimulating too much lymph flow if you're not really sure if you have blockages up in the head. So I'd get checked out. I would definitely get checked out before I do any kind of, because you're going to be moving fluids. I know people with brain tumors, they don't want you doing upper circulationers because they don't want you moving to stuff that makes the tumor grow. So, yeah, I would have yourself checked out before doing any detox. If you're free and clear, you know, I would say that you want to just remove inflammation. Don't eat any inflammatory foods. I would get off of all proteins. I get off of all dairy, all grains. I would be on alkalizing, anti-inflammatory foods at the very least. Okay. Sharon. Oh, good. I got your question. Good. Would it be safe to say that I can stay on fresh fruit smoothies, big salads, and occasional cooked veggies as a way of eating for life? Absolutely. Absolutely. You bet. Why not? What else is there? You know? And you know what? I'm telling you, when you do herbs, there's so much nutrition in the herbs. And okay, with our best intentions, we're all human beings. I know you're going to have some cheats thrown in there too. So what the heck? Yeah, go for it. Why not? You know, if you want to throw some sprouted nuts and seeds once in a while, excellent. Um, those salad. You know, if you're doing those salads, you're probably going to have a lot of good stuff in there. Probably gonna have a little bit of avocado, some tomatoes, some roots, you know, your radishes, your carrots. All this, yeah, well, you can live on that forever and ever and ever. You can thrive on that forever and ever. We don't need to kill animals to survive. It's a big fallacy. I had to learn that lesson myself. You know, this is all nonsense. And I'm not a big body type guy either. I don't really believe in all that. I think that we get addicted to those neurotransmitters from those dying animals, and we think that that's energy. You know, we don't feel energetic when we get off the meat, but you go through withdrawals. So you get off of the meat and you just thrive. I mean, I haven't eaten meat in years and I feel great. I really, truly do. Don't need it. I don't need dairy. Don't need dairy. I do a little bit of grains here once in a while, but you know, it's just more out of it's just more out of curiosity and crunchiness and junk like that. It's really got nothing to do with any kind of nutrition, to be honest with you. But I'm big cells. Ryan A. Hi Mark, you look great. Just joining because it's 6 a.m. in my place. Mark, do you color your hair? No, I don't. I got some grays, you know. Maybe the lighting is not showing it. I got some weird grays coming in. But yeah, I get a little bit of sun bleaching, you know, from surfing and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, I don't. I don't color my hair. I just I don't know if it's from the fruit diet or what. From the herbs. I just, I mean, my hair just has a little gray in it. It's just really not going all gray. So don't really have to. I mean, yeah, if I wanted to get rid of a little gray in the temples and all that kind of stuff, I could do that. But I really don't want to put toxins on my head. By the way, that's one thing. And so yeah, but I think there is an herb called Hishawu or Foti that's supposed to make your hair go darker if you do have gray hair. All right, but yeah, I don't mind personal questions on here. It's totally cool. Lonnie, what are your thoughts about the niacin? Oh, we answered that. Okay, all right, good. Carl, is if anyone has a Harris Teeter near them. I think it's a southern thing, isn't it? They have a great deal on organic grape juice, 350 for 64 ounces. That's a damn good deal for organic. Harris Teeter, all right. Brian, measure sugar nutrient content of produce juice, a refractometer. That's what I got. Absolutely. This is what the growers use. Easy to use. Buy one that has a scale of say 0 to 30, not 0 to 10. I haven't even used mine. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's a refractometer. Yeah, I think that'd be neat to go into a store and just kind of be pulling out things and putting a little juice on that. I'm gonna do that. That's fun. We got Darcy from Mount Shasta. Lovely Darcy. Hello, Mark, and all my friends here. Wanted to say hi. Oh, wanted to say that when I had I don't know. We're gonna have to pick that one up. But good to see Darcy here. We got Lana. Can you gain a lot of weight from just grape juice and lemons? Boy, I don't know people that gain weight. I know people lose weight. I do know that when I first started, as I told you, I was drinking a gallon a day. And I lost a bunch of weight in the beginning, like 10, 12 pounds, but then just stabilized, even though I was only having less than a quart a day. So I think it goes the other way. I think you lose weight on it, but then stabilize to where you need to be. Oh, here's Darcy back. Sorry, I wanted to share that when I had shingles, I used arnica gel and helped a great deal with the pain. Love you. Oh, love you too, Darcy. Thank you. So arnica, homeopathic gel there. Excellent. That's great. Yeah, people find relief. I know that's really painful. That shingles. Did you detox those shingles out, Darcy? Let us know. Alejandro, hello, Alex here. What's good for flushing out metals? Okay, metals also live in the lymphatic system. Okay, they love it there. It's nice, slow moving. Sometimes not even moving at all. They can sit there and accumulate. So yeah, you got it. The herbs help. Anything that helps thin that lymph, get it moving, and getting it out to the kidneys and out of the body is great. There are certain herbs that chelate, that actually attract the heavy metals, like the cilantro and the parsley. Those chlorophyll-rich herbs seem to really help as well. If anybody knows any other chelating herbs, let us know. But those are good too. All right, and Dr. Morse does have a chem metal detox formula, by the way. All right, but move the lymph, move thy lymph, and let's use some of those herbs to help us. Claire, she was having licorice root tea, which made her crash, and BP did not lift. This seems to happen when she tries different herbs. Is this a paradoxical reaction? Yeah. All right. So she's really got some stubborn adrenals here. And the thing is that start really slow with her, right? Just baby steps, okay? They're fussy. These adrenals are fussy, it sounds like. So just we want to kind of ease really, and we want to get, like the camel gets his nose under the tent. We want to get the nose under the tent and then start bringing the camel into the tent, okay? I don't know where this came from, but we want to bring the camel into the tent, okay? So start slow with her. But we know we need to get those up, and we know licorice root works really well. Those adrenal herbs work great. If you've already done a glandular bottle or two, knock it off and just wait, and try to come in with the herbs, okay? But start slow, okay? And let's get Let's get some traction. All right. Keep detoxing. All right. And man, I want to see a picture of her eyes. Will you email a picture of her eyes? I'm really curious about that pituitary. I really, truly am. Healthy herbalist. I've been doing 3 days a week for a while. Assuming that's dry fasting. What set it off was I was doing the Wim Hof breathing exercise, and I could feel I moved toxins through my GI and kidney. I worked through it through better. So just those breathing techniques are helping move lymph. I know that Wim Hof is the guy that climbed to Mount Everest in a t-shirt and shorts to 19,000 feet, the kill zone. He holds many, many Guinness Book records of swimming under the ice. So this guy's amazing. So yeah, the powerful breathing exercises from Mr. Wim Hof. Stephanie Ross is on with us. All right. She did so great with the turpentine talk here with us. Saying hello. Appreciate all you do. Love this live show. Love you, Stephanie, out there in Orlando. How was your tennis game? I'm sure this is tennis night, right? We got Lonnie. Yeah, vitamin. What is that? Vitamin B3 is the niacin. Yeah, thanks. You bet. Sharon, thanks. Oh, and what's your take on beans? Beans have sulfur. They're super hard to digest. They're really hard on the GI tract. I don't eat them. Very, very limited. Very limited. They make me feel heavy. I love the taste, but I just can't handle them. And incidentally, in my food allergy test, I'm allergic to a lot of the beans. Black beans I think was okay with, but the pinto beans, no, can't do it. So they're not really on my menu. Mm-mm. Beans are not what's for dinner. Raw grape juice is. Hopefully I'll get to sleep tonight, right? I get wired up after talking to you guys, but all right. So Jeannie, here is some info from the herbalist and essential oil person. I am. Oh, good. Halacryum essential oil is a real healer. Helichrysum or helicryum? Helicryum. I don't even know that. Or helichrysum. Essential oil is a real healer. I haven't heard of that. I'm going to write that down. A high vibrational frequency oil helps with concussions and bruising. High vibrational frequency oil, concussions and bruising. Interesting. The restrictive length of comments ate up some of my message. Apply the helicryum to the base of the skull. Okay, so whoever had that concussion, look into helicryum. Great. To the base of the skull. Never heard of it, but that's great. I'll look into that. I'm going to start learning more about the essential oils. I think they're really, really, really fantastic. For healing. Absolutely. Carl, thanks for doing these live streams, Mark. I can't tell you how much your information helps. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is great. It's great to have everybody put it, like we just learned about this helicryum oil and all that, and what to do with cats and concussions and all. It's great. We're just sharing information. Of course, we check it out. We come to our own conclusions, but it's just great to have input from everybody. We're all in the same boat here. We've all broken through to the other side, so to speak. We've that medical matrix has lost their grip on us, and we're now into something much, much greater and much, much more vast. So it's just doors are just opening everywhere with all this wonderful. Thank you, Carl. Arnica helps the body forget the trauma. Yeah, arnica is wonderful. That's just a wonderful homeopathic remedy there. Arnica helps the body forget the trauma. I'm going to need some of that. I've had a lot of trauma in life. You don't get to be my age without trauma. Thanks, Mark, from Rosaline. Thanks, Rosaline. Healthy herbalist. I'm still waiting to open a bottle of turpentine. Yeah, me too. I'm waiting for you to go first. LOL. Yeah, I guess I'll be the guinea pig. Yeah, I'm almost done with this this unbelievable habanero surprise. So, Crisium. Helichrysum. Helicrysium. Helichrysum is the spelling. Okay. Let's see. Helichrysum. That's beautiful. Wow. Hela is sun and Chrysium. You know, if there's a guy named Santos Bonacci, he really super interesting guy, and he does a thing called astrotheology. He talks about the way for us to have salvation according to his what he was taught in ancient teachings is to raise our chrism. There's an oil we have that's in the base of our spine. As we do our spiritual work, we raise our oil, our chrism. So this is an interesting word, helichrysum. I'm gonna remember that. Heal a chrism, pronunciation. Heal a chrism. Wow, this could be very powerful. I wonder if Santos Bonacci knows about this. Interesting. Yeah, the chrism is, you are anointed when the chrism rises to crosses the river Jordan. You're Ida and Pingala in the Shashuna channel of the Kundalini, and then you're actually anointed. The chrism is Christed as an anoint. It's Santos Bonacci. Look at is astrotheology, is syncretism. It's called. It's really interesting for whatever your take on it. It's just don't call it uninteresting. It's super interesting. Anyways, Gary, what's the worst detox symptoms you've experienced? Oh man, oof. This is pretty bad with that pepper, but it's really crazy. I had these big plans for my birthday over the summer, and I was literally in bed, for day after day after day. I had the worst healing crisis in my lungs, and I was born with asthma. I couldn't really play in the playground like the other kids. Weak adrenals. Asthmatic child. So I think that I was digging so deep that I got down to that old stuff from the asthma, and it was literally buckets of mucus. Okay, and I did a video going. I couldn't understand where this. The video was called "Where's all this mucus coming from?" And what it is that I was digging deep, detoxing, and I was uncovering layers of acids, latent acids down there that were buffered by all this old mucus. And as those were being uncovered, the body was hitting it with more mucus to buffer it. So just exposed acids, just creating a hellstorm of mucus. That was really bad. Dr. Morse always says that he calls them the lungers. He goes, when you're detoxing people, the lungers are going to give you the most problems. And I had to learn real fast some tricks. And one of the great tricks I learned was fenugreek seeds. Fenugreek is a spice you can get at any Asian store. And I ground them up. I took a tablespoon, boiled it up in a cup of water, and that stuff, I drank it, and it just loosened the mucus in my chest. It made it real creamy, like Mucinex did, but without the chemicals. Really wonderful. I learned about mullein leaf and all these things to help. So that was the worst. The lung detox was the worst. And Dr. Morse concurs on the lungers just to go through the worst. He always suggests if you think you're gonna have a lung detox, like if you had your eyes red and you see all that mucus or lesions in the lungs, have an antispasmodic formula standing by. He has Spasm Calm, and a 3-lung tea, or that mullein and fenugreek, just in case. Okay, so Sophie was out today harvesting arnica. It's growing like crazy here in Wyoming. Love that herb. Wow, fantastic. I didn't know you could do that. Wow, that's neat. Lana, Stephanie Ross, still can't wait to find shrimp. Can you email it to me? Yeah, Stephanie, I know she posted it on my web, on that group Master Fast Detox. I'm sorry, group Detox Fast 2017 Spring Equinox page. I know that's a long thing. But yeah, Steph, if you could email Lana, that'd be great, because the shrimp pictures are up on my group page, but they're pretty crazy. A lot of little critters came out of Stephanie with that turpentine. Jeannie, is it a sunflower-like plant? Is it straw flowers? If you know what those are. Oh, it is a sunflower-like plant. It is straw flowers if you know what those are. Yeah, I could look it up. Okay. Yeah, neat. Arnica. Very nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to get that and play around with some arnica. Very good. Sheila, night, Mark, great chat. Great to have you, Sheila. Yeah, we're coming up on 2 hours here. I think we got through all the questions here, unless there's a surprise stack I'm not seeing here. But Gila Chrism, wow, I've never heard that. Anybody else hear that? Just never heard of that one. But lots of great info tonight, you guys. We've covered a lot of ground here. A lot of people that needed some healing advice, some direction here. Yeah, I hope you guys are starting to see how simple all this is, how it's all really the same thing. And how we don't need to pretend. I don't need to pretend like I'm a know-it-all, like I have this great gift. I have nothing that you guys don't have. I mean, yeah, I've studied a little bit more, but I've actually made some videos. If you go to MarkJamesGordon.com/healing, there's like 4 or 5 videos that you'll pretty much know everything just watching those videos. And then of course there's nuances and all that, but that's what we're here for. We have this venue here to just talk about those little things that you need a little bit of clarification on. So, and like I say, mark@markjamesgordon.com. I answer all emails every morning, and it's just a service I do. It's all free, and just if you have questions, then just email me. And all right, so we got Karen. Thank you, Mark. Oh, thank you, Karen. Carl. Night, everyone. Night, Carl. Thanks a lot for all your input. I appreciate it. We got Helen. Bye to all. Thanks, Mark. Hey, Helen. Hope you're feeling better. Okay, healthy herbalist. I mind some good info from you. Answer to another question. Could I have taken the Spasm Calm when I had my panic attack? Yeah, it's for that too. I'm taking some now and we'll bring it to work just in case. Yeah, it calms everything down for sure. Yeah. All right. So with that, you guys have a great week. We'll see you here next week. I'll try to get this YouTube thing figured out. They've changed something. I have a hard time logging on at first. So thanks for being patient and waiting that extra 5 or 6 minutes. I really appreciate it. So fantastic. So have a great week, and we'll see you here next Monday night. All right.